Cornejo here with another video. Today I'm going to play a Hytale because, well, because I need to relax a bit, and I don't want to make a full video about what has transpired, so I will basically talk about it here instead of making a whole video about it and move on with my life to keep it professional. I think I owe you an explanation because I was vague posting a lot. So to summarize, one of my relatives, and I won't say who until everything is solved, fully solved, passed away. That loss had quite a negative impact on me mentally. However, and this is pertinent, financially it actually benefits me because, well, because I inherited some percentage of a property which belonged to this relative, and now, well, now I have that percentage of that property. What the hell? And, well, effectively made a lot of money. That's how I'll put it. Effectively, I made a lot of money. Well, money that is not fully there yet. It's like money in the future from the property. So, since I don't know when will be the next time I can actually buy video games, because I will need to be very careful with that money, and I'm still counting on my audience, since I don't know when it will be the next time I can buy video games. I bought Hytale because it was on my list. I bought another game too. Basically, I checked my priority list and bought whatever it was in it, so that I can, oh damn it, so that I can kinda, well, treat myself to one last game before I figure out. The thing is, this relative supported me economically a lot, and yes, I have now the property. I have his percentage of the property because it was not all his. But that doesn't mean that's good, because just because now I have the majority of the percentage due to this situation doesn't mean I'm happy. I'm actually quite depressed. Of course, I'm not going to drop crying and showing how sad I am, because that's not healthy, and it won't make things any better. But basically, I'm not happy with the situation. I just try to stay stable, because that's the healthy thing to do. But I wish things didn't go that way, to be honest. It's really sad, it's really unfortunate. Of course, it's beyond my control, I don't decide, so I just try to move on and live and accomplish the goals I spoke to this person about. So, since basically I have money for the future, but for the present I am kinda screwed. So that's the thing. Since I have money for the future, but for the present I'm kinda screwed, well, fuck it, we ball, and I decided to buy Hytale. with what is left of my disposable income, perhaps for the whole year. That's the important part. I am not going to starve to death, but I don't have disposable income anymore. The concept of disposable income now, it's an alien notion to me. There is no such thing anymore. Because any disposable income I had is gone. Forever. Well, at least until things get fixed. Basically, it has been effectively reduced to zero. My disposable income is non-existent right now. But that doesn't mean I don't have money to survive, it's just that back to zero with disposable income. Not one, not two, zero. Again, it's not the first time I have been there. Most importantly, I'm kinda used to it. I'm kinda used to having no disposable income. So, no need to panic. Just explaining what's going on. That's the thing. I'm just explaining you what's going on, what will happen, why I'm playing Hytale, why I am basically playing a game to not think about the problem, because it makes me sad and it doesn't get better. The problem won't fix itself. It's an unfixable problem. When someone's gone, the problem is unfixable. That person is not coming back. That's why you shouldn't waste time on people you don't like, people you don't care about, because the people you care about, they could be gone someday, and you will miss them a lot. And that's how I feel right now, and that's how I see this situation. I'm not going to throw myself to the floor, start crying. That's not me. That's not the way I do things. But I'm certainly sad. Maybe depressed. Just that I don't show it because I'm very reserved with my emotions. Which leads to people thinking I don't have feelings. No, it's just that you mind your business, I mind mine. But since that's the situation, well, I'm effectively a landlord now. Well, I had been for a while, as I said. It's a matter of percentages. The thing is, now I have the highest percentage. And, well, the other relatives agreed on that because, well, I'm kinda the one that had no money. I was the one with the lowest income. So basically they were like, yeah, this guy is kinda poor, so let's give him let's give him the other guy's percentage now that he's gone. And my sister got a fine part too, but she's quite generous and said, "Nah, you needed more, dude," because it was multiple relatives, split between multiple relatives, and my sister was like, "No, dude, you needed more. You needed more." And basically that's it. I'm a landlord now. Not in the nicest way, but now I'm a landlord. Now I am a landlord who gets very little money from a place he doesn't even like because the guys cooking there aren't very good. Yeah, kinda sucks, but at the same time, normal. No, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It's not a big problem. I'm not going to carry the regret or anything. I'm fine. I'm fine. I must make it clear because I criticize the government a lot, so I must make it clear. I still want to live. I have no plans of ceasing my own existence. The situation is bad emotionally, but I am mostly fine. So no. I am not trying to. I have no intentions of of becoming young McAfee. If you know what I mean. I have no intentions of becoming McAfee. Because seriously, I trust no one. Unfortunately, no matter how hard I try, I don't think I will get over this quickly, to be honest. Of course, I'm mentally stable. That's the important part. I'm mentally stable, but I am quite unhappy with the situation. And even though I have this silver lining of the money, of the fact that, well, not the, uh, not everything is bad. I mean, I do benefit from this. It's like one of those kind of things where you say, yeah, I benefit from this, but that's not nice. It's just it's just marginally better now that I know I benefit from it, but that's not nice. That's not nice. So I'll just do my best and make sure I'm a great landlord, because we love landlords here. We love landlords. Well, that's it for now. For now, regarding that topic, that's all I feel like talking about that topic until everything is settled, until all the other things, the certificates and all the other legal matters, until they get resolved. I don't feel like talking too much about everything else. Basically, this is an end and also a new beginning, and well, let's do our best. Let's do our best to overcome this bad situation. As I said, since the profits from the property won't come yet, they won't come immediately. I am still counting on you for monetary purposes. As before, basically for disposable income and investments, I am still counting on you, and I'm counting on the property for living expenses. But the good thing is I'm not going to need to translate for a while. At least unless something bad happens, or I don't know, someone manages to get the property off my hands through evil means, I won't be needing to translate ever again. I'm free. That's a good part. That's a good part. As I told you before, I don't really like translation. It's boring. I like to translate my work. I sometimes feel like translating some things voluntarily, but the kind of translation that they pay you for, it's not the kind of translation I like. I mean, come on. Translating instruction manuals from English to Spanish is not precisely the cool translator work. It's the kind of translator work which feels like you should have chosen a different career, and which is exactly what this relative sometimes told me when I complained about translation. Whenever I said, I'll be honest, I don't like translating from English to Spanish, this guy would say, well, you should have picked a different career. Which is a valid way to say, shut up, stop complaining and keep working. It's a very, very valid way to say it, to be honest. And not false. Not false, because yeah, it's bothersome advice, but it's legitimate advice. If you don't like it, why did you pick it? Get over it. Get over it. Get over it. Stop complaining, or find your way out. Unfortunately, the way out was through a loss. it's not the way out I wanted for that. But the silver lining is that I am not going to have to work in translation for a while. I'm trying to find a silver lining to a situation that is quite horrible, to be honest. Quite horrible. Quite disheartening. And well, it's a matter of figuring out what to do. It's a matter of figuring out how to move on from here. No more translation, that's the good part. The bad part is, as I said, I still count on you for the disposable income part and the investment part. Because while I no longer have to translate anything, that doesn't mean I am wealthy all of a sudden. That doesn't mean I got rich. It just means I don't have to translate anymore. And thanks the gods for that, but I still need money for other things. Not for translation, but for other matters. Okay. Let's try to see what's going on here. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Oh, I mean it looks nice and all, but fuck. Fuck, I need to get out of here. It doesn't look safe. It looks nice. It looks great. Because I have found a... look at that. Look at that. I found a location with plenty of resources, but it looks dangerous. It looks like I shouldn't be here yet. It's not a safe location for me yet. Right? Let's get out of here. But that's the thing, I don't have to translate anymore. I can effectively quit my day job, live only on how do I say it? Live only on the rent and focus on my projects, because, well, other than writing contracts and meeting with the with the guy I'm renting to, well, there is not, how do I say it? There is not much effort. I will have more time for my own projects. I will have more time for the cool stuff, for the good stuff, for the fun stuff. And as I said, no more translations. No more translations. Of course, I am prioritizing the music, the music writing, the music project, because I already got paid. I effectively got paid for that, so I'm focusing on it. But the thing is, no more translation. I'm free from that. I'm free from that worry. I'm free from that inconvenience. No more translation. No more idiots telling me to get a day job, to get an office job. No more complete nobodies giving me unsolicited advice on money, because now I'm a landlord. Well, I was already technically a landlord, but my percentage got higher because basically one of the persons who shared that property is gone. It's a matter of percentages. That's the thing. Co-ownership and percentages. So now I am the big guy. I am the top guy, and then my sister. Basically, that's how it went. And then the other relatives. That's how it went. This relative passed away, and I become the next in ownership. Then my sister, then everyone else, which is good. Objectively speaking, is good. I guess for everyone but the lowest guy. Because there is a lowest guy. There always is. But yeah, fuck that guy. My sister and I, we have more important things to do with this property than him. We have higher priority. And in fact, it is related to that. To how the evaluation of how the property was granted had a lot to do with for what do you need the money. That's how it went. What do these guys need the money for? And somehow quitting my day job was legit enough. No, arts, writing to be more specific. That's the reasoning of why my priority was superior than someone who had no reason, could not give a reason, could not think of a reason, doesn't even care about the property. So yeah, basically, I won because I was cool, and my sister was generous because she was originally bound to be in a higher priority than I, because she's the coolest. No, not joking. She has always been recognized as the coolest of the family by pretty much everyone because she studied robotics engineering. And but that's the thing. She said, no, 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 no. I know I am given a higher priority just because I studied robotics, but no, this guy needs it more. This guy needs it more because he's the guy who barely makes money. Because he's my idiot big brother. Yeah, she's a bit nice when she feels like it, but a complete asshole when she's not in the mood for being nice. That's why I'm glad, I'm thankful that she decided to leave me the biggest share, because she could have said no, I'm taking the share as intended because I'm the best and you are all idiots. But no, she decided to be supportive of me. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. It's sad. It's sad. But at least we are making the best out of the situation. That's how I would put it. We are making the best out of a bad situation. As my sister said, we are family. We are together in this, and we are overcoming because we are family. So yeah, we are going through this together as a team. Except for that guy. Except for that other relative. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. There is always the fuck that guy. At some point I was the fuck that guy. Mind you. I'm laughing now. I'm at an advantage now, but at some point I was the fuck that guy. I was the fuck that guy. It was thanks to my sister that basically everyone began to have some faith in my writing. Because she said, he's good, I mean, he has potential. And it was surprising because she was one of the people who said, I had to prove something before saying it. But now she says, no, the guy has potential. He's just weird, but he has potential. So let's not make him die without showing his potential. And that's pretty much how I became able to quit my day job. It's over. No more translating. No more Chinglish. No more harmonious means like 5 different things. I swear to God. I don't know what they were thinking. harmonious meant different things. Multiple different things. I swear, man. It's horrible. It's horrible. Harmonious meant so many things. It was annoying. It's really bothersome when I think of it in retrospective, but it's in the past. It's on. It's over. No more. No more translating from Chinglish to Spanish. No more. It's over. I'm free now. I'm free. Oh shit! I removed one that I didn't have to. 1, 2, 3. Oh shit. So yeah, no more Chinglish. No more Chinglish. It's over. I'm free. That really makes me happy. I know it shouldn't be. I know it's weird. I know it's fucked up. But the idea of saying I don't have to put up with this anymore. I don't have to desperately go hunting for clients anymore. It puts me at ease. It really does. It really does. It really does. It puts me at ease. Never imagined I would think that way. That I would say, look, I'm done with translation forever. I'm happy I don't have to translate anymore, and I'm thankful that that the passing of someone had a silver lining. I never thought it would get that way. All I can say is, I know your sacrifice was not intended, but it will be put to you to good use. I won't translate from Chinglish anymore ever again. I'm free. And I won't forget. That's an important part. I won't forget this relative. I will remember him forever. It was really sad. And it felt unfair. It felt unfair that someone who contributed so much to society in the end all he will get in return is a memory. At least from my perspective, it felt unfair, and that's what I told my sister. This feels unfair. This feels unfair. It was someone who didn't deserve it, but it can't be changed. That's also a fact. You can't change the past. You can only look into the future and say, well, we are walking ahead and winning. That's what she said exactly. We can't change the past, but we have a future now, and we must make sure this future is the best we can do with what he left us behind. And of course, my uncles, my cousins are also quite hurt. My parents, every single relative involved is in pain. Is in pain, but it was a great loss to the family. That's how I'll put it. But the thing is, I'm doing my best. I'm proving everyone that the generosity won't be in vain. That includes yours. Your support is what keeps the art going, what keeps the inspiration going. And some idiot will say, you don't make art, you use AI. I write on my own. I am a novelist. You will never change that. You will never stop that reality. I am a novelist. And one of the best, if not the best. What the fuck is that? It's huge. If not the best fantasy novelist in Mexico. Because I'm the only one. That's funny. That's funny because I joke a lot about it and it's true. I am probably one of the best fantasy novelists in Mexico, and the only one in the field of sword and sorcery. I'm the only one who writes sword and sorcery fantasy, and the only one who writes sword and sorcery fantasy with Kemono Lolis, and the only one who writes sword and sorcery fantasy with human male on female anthro sword and sorcery fantasy. Basically, I am the niche of the niche of the niche in Mexico. No one else does what I do. No one else is as awesome as I am. There are not many fantasy novelists in Latin America. I'm probably one of the best, if not the best. I don't think I'm the best in all of Latin America, but I think I am the best in Mexico. And nothing can change that, because the others, they are not that great, because they don't go all the way. They always half-ass it with stupid ideologies. The leftist influence is a lot of what makes it harder for Mexicans to be good at anything at all. It's one of the biggest hindrances of the Mexican. Listening to the left holds Mexicans back. So since I am that awesome, since I am awesome enough to convince people, convince my sister of giving me her share of the property, and basically moving to the second place, I am doing my best. I'm honoring that decision. I'm winning this. Since everyone is betting on me, I'm winning this. Because everyone is betting on me. And that's encouraging enough. And scary enough. Having people placing their expectations on me stresses me out a bit. But also encourages me. It's a healthy form of stress. It's that kind of stress which creative people needs. When you say all these people are counting on me, I cannot disappoint them. Yeah, that's a healthy stress. There is healthy stress, just as there is unhealthy stress, which is more common. But there is healthy stress, the kind of stress where you know you have a responsibility, the kind of stress that tells you to do something, the kind of stress that Jordan Peterson was talking about with the whole lobster thing, which people didn't understand. Because they are not smart enough to understand that he was talking about the importance of having certain kinds of stressors which remind you to make a move, which allow you to make a move, which encourage you to make a move. That's the kind of stress that I consider it's healthy stress. At least healthier than not feeling it and letting the problem continue, or letting the ordeal continue unsolved. Because, for example, it's not exactly a problem, but knowing that people have expectations on me and now it's my responsibility to meet them will lead to me making a move for the better. And this opportunity of being able to no longer work as a translator ever again makes me have the chance to move and gives me the pressure to move because of the expectations everyone is having on me now. And maybe now I can convince that guy of improving his recipes because it's from a burger joint. And ironically, I buy from his competitor. Back when I had a lower percentage. Basically, all I got from that venue, all I got from the rent was enough for buying burger. From the competitor. That's the fun part. This guy paid me a fraction of the earnings, and as those to all the other landlords, to all the other shareholders, basically. And that part of the earnings went to the competitor who's next door because his burgers are not that good, but he pays well, and he's nice, and he has never caused us trouble. So basically, I just wish he would make better burgers because and now he works for me, so because I'm the landlord, I wish he made better burgers. It feels nice to be able to laugh again after days of not being able to, after days of being all fucking damaged. Feels nice to be able to laugh again, a sincere laugh, dude. No wonder why I'm the family's comic relief. I have always been seen as the family's clown. That's the thing. I am the family's clown. That's why there has always been this friction. I'm a bit of the black sheep because I am the guy who is not serious, who can laugh at the wrong moment, who has bad habits. But man, this situation was painful. The first days I had the 1,000-yard stare, and I'm not joking. I really had that expression. Some people thought I was going crazy because of how frozen I was. Legitimately, people thought I was going crazy, and I'm surprised I didn't. Considering have always been a bit more mentally unstable than the rest of the family, I'm quite surprised I didn't go crazy, to be honest. And that's something I actually talked to my sister about when she said, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Dude, I'm the least mentally stable here. Don't ask me if I'm okay. I'm the least mentally stable in the family. Don't ask me if I'm okay. I am not." And I absolutely was not. Because, dude, I mean, I lost a relative that day. It was painful. Going to the hospital and seeing this guy with liver cancer, still holding on to life, mind you, because he was always so. I will say yes. I bet I'll meet him in hell, and I bet he will still be the same stubborn bastard he always was. Not that it's in the family. I must admit, it runs in the family. They're all the stubborn assholes. That's also why. That's also why. Basically, we don't get along with each other. It's a family that doesn't get along with each other because we are all stubborn assholes. Even my sister, who is one of the nicest, who is one of the most likable, who is one of the most sociable, she's a stubborn asshole, just like everyone else in the family. It's a family thing. We are stubborn. We are stubborn, we are aggressive, we are rude, and it's in the family. And you get used to it. You get used to it because everyone in the family is like that. So you don't say, they are being mean to me, mommy, because mommy will say, yeah, fuck off. But it's not on my mother's side. It's on the father's side. The only ones who are nice are like 2 or 3 guys, and they are still stubborn. They are just not assholes, but they are still stubborn. They are hard to convince. We are a very, very, very hard-headed family. And now imagine the rest are scientists. The rest are engineers, chemists. I'm the guy who is in the arts, where being an asshole is a bit more expected. Especially for a writer. Writers tend to be assholes. I mean, just look at them and look at the famous ones. They are assholes. But imagine people who work in the sciences, and therefore there is like this expectation of teamwork, and they are all stubborn assholes. Well, or stubborn, or assholes. We are stubborn assholes, or stubborn, or assholes. If you're thinking, wait, a character! Yeah, yeah. It's not easy. It's not easy being part of that family. But there are rewards. Yes, we're all a bunch of stubborn assholes. But we also all have a strong sense of honor. That's good. That's great. That's fine. That's excellent. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. I will fix it. I will fix it immediately. The positive is that yes, just as we are assholes, we're also a family. We can quite literally try to kill each other, but don't you dare mess with one of us, because the others will jump at you. That's how it goes. We sometimes quite literally might try to kill each other, but don't mess with us. And before you ask, are all Mexican families like that? No, just those from the capital. Yeah. It's a crazy place. It drives you mad. It's a crazy place. It's guaranteed to drive you mad. So yeah, we are all a bit low on sanity. I was one of the craziest ones. I have always been one of the less mentally functional ones. And by mentally functional, I'm not talking about being a retard. I'm talking about being mentally unstable. Because someone will think I'm talking about being a retard. No, fortunately not. Fortunately, unlike probably your family, if you think that way, we don't have a history of mental retardation in the family. But we do have a history of paranoid delusion, obsessive compulsive behavior, obsessive compulsive disorder, paranoid disorder, a borderline personality disorder. What else? Basically, all the mental health issues that don't make you a pitiful, crazy idiot, but a fucking asshole. Those are the ones we have. Narcissistic personality disorder, multiple personality. No, wait, no. Don't count that one. That didn't happen. It was a joke. Yeah, and a disgusting sense of humor which makes people ask us, what the fuck is wrong with you? Nothing. Nothing. I'm cute. That was a conversation between my sister and I. What the fuck is wrong with you? That was my part, by the way. And hers was, nothing. I'm cute. She gets a way of with a lot through charisma alone. That's a well-known fact about her. She gets away with a lot through mere charisma. She has even been dealing with all the lawyer and all that stuff here because, well, she's the one everyone trusts. Everyone else in the family is like, no. She will handle it. Why? Because I don't trust the other guys. I don't trust the other guys. So she will handle it. Why? Because I don't trust my brother. I don't trust my cousin. I don't trust. She will handle the paperwork. She will handle the lawyer because I don't trust the other guys. That's pretty much how things went with that, and that's fine. I know I sound weird when I say it, but that's fine. It's fine that we have this dynamic of having one charismatic leader, so to speak. Because yeah, she's the charismatic leader of the team. And we are the rest, we are all assholes. How would I arrange it in real life? Probably here. Probably here. Yep. I like this room a bit better. There you are. There you are. A comfy bed. Yeah, we're a family of assholes. And seriously, it's a thing of the capital. The capital is a very nasty place. That's how I'll put it. It's a very nasty place. I'm not kidding. I'm not exaggerating when I say it's a place where you can get shanked and nobody will care. That's what the capital is like. It's a really bad place. It's a really ugly place. And that's why people in the capital are all crazy. We are crazy because it's a survival mechanism. Because being nice and sane gets you killed over here in the capital. Well, over here, over there, because some of us moved away from the capital exactly because of that. Exactly because it was dangerous. It was a lot more dangerous back when we moved away from the capital. It was a lot more dangerous. It was a really, really bad place. Many of those who stayed did so only because there was no other way for them to work. They stayed out of necessity and not out of choice. But as one of them once told me, I wish I could leave too. I wish I could move with you, because here things are dangerous. I don't want to live here. I was like, yeah, I know. Why don't you move? And remember, we are all assholes. I know. Why don't you move? And he was like, because I need the job. Because I need to stay for my job. I'm like, yeah, I get it. It sucks. It sucks to be you. No, but we do feel sad for the ones who stay, because they really... Things improved. Things improved for a while. Until the new president arrived. Things actually improved a bit. In terms of safety, in terms of crime. Things actually improved a bit for a while. But then the new president showed up. A new president who is fucking incompetent. Who is the worst we had in... perhaps in all of Mexican history. Her predecessor was bad too, I will add. Something which has led to a lot of conflict, mind you, is my position. Her predecessor was awful too. But she's worse. She's the worst. She's the absolute worst we had in history. In fact, I will say it. Her predecessor was quite bad, and this was a point of contention in the family because we argued a lot. Some said her predecessor was awful, others said he was great. But with her, and that's speaking of a family that is always fighting with each other, with her, we all agreed it's unanimous. She's awful. She's the worst thing that has happened to the country. Now, there is still disagreement. Some say she's not the worst in all of Mexican history, and others say no, she's absolutely the worst. She's absolutely awful. She's absolutely the worst. And there is like this disagreement on whether or not she's the worst. But she kinda is. She pretty much is. Because, well, if half of the family says she is, and the other half says she probably is the worst that ever happened, there's a good chance she is the worst that ever happened to Mexico. Oh, but you ask the average citizen, and the opinion is even more divided. Because here in Mexico, the left is a fucking mind virus. The left is a mind virus here. It infests the mind of people. It dominates the mind of people, and they don't think properly. They don't think clearly. Once it starts taking over, it's too late, and they no longer think. They no longer think. It's sad, but it's true. People stop thinking. Once leftism enters your mind, you stop thinking. And that's why it's so harmful, because it can deactivate your mind. It can deactivate your thought. It can make you retarded. And most Mexicans are influenced by leftism. Most Mexicans have lost their mind to the ideology. Most Mexicans don't even notice that they are mentally screwed. That they are brainwashed. Unfortunately, that's how it is. You can't force them to notice when they refuse to notice. But when you start noticing, you can't stop noticing, and you know it. You know what I'm talking about. When you start noticing, you can't stop noticing. You can't just say, yeah, nothing happens. No. Once you say, no, it's happening, you see it's happening. And when you see it's happening, you see it's bad. You see it's bad for you. You see it's bad for everyone. And you start wondering, why the hell are people not noticing? And then you realize it's not that they aren't noticing. It's that they are told to not notice. They are told, don't notice the problem. The problem is not happening, it's not happening, don't notice. And it's happening. And it's happening a lot. And it's happening everywhere. And God, if I hate these people. That's what bothers me the most about this situation. When you realize, God, I hate these people. I hate these people who say it's not happening, because it is fucking happening. And it is bad. And it is fucked up. And it is absolutely happening. And you have these fucking retards. Most of them left-leaning. Who say, no, nothing happens, it's not happening. It's not happening. There are no problems. There are no problems with society. There are no problems in Mexico. And I swear, this week reaffirmed many of my prejudices. Because, for example, and this is an example of a situation I had to deal with. I don't have a car. I must say I don't have a car or a driver's license. Did you forget I said I barely have any disposable income? I don't have a car. I don't have a driver's license. So I need to take cabs. I need to take other forms of transportation. I need to hire people to do the driving for me. And that's the thing. I had this guy. I was on this cab, taking it easy, on the way to the morticians, the funerary home. And there was this guy driving well, the taxi driver was taking it easy, driving properly, driving decently for once. Rare here when it comes to cab drivers, I must say, and that's important. That's an important part of where I'm heading. He was driving properly, and suddenly this fucking cyclist almost gets run over by him for trying to get ahead of him, and he stopped immediately and said, "Oh, I had sorry if I'm a bit late. I had to stop for the kings of the road. God, I hate these cyclists." That's what he said. God, I hate those fucking cyclists. Me cagan esos pinches bicicletos. Se sienten los reyes del camino. That's how he said. I was like, yeah, I fucking hate cyclists. At that moment when you realize you're not an eccentric, everyone hates these guys. And then, after the cyclist moved on, we are already done with that guy. No more problems with that guy. Our prejudice, basically all my prejudices were proven true. The next one, well, there was another one previous to that one. The fucking people at the hospital, the nurses at the hospital, public hospital, mind you. Fucking psychopaths. They treat the patients horribly. It made me angry. It made me angry seeing how they treated the patients, how they treated my relative. Made me want to smash their heads against the wall. They are fucking evil. And they were rude to me too, mind you. They were rude to everyone. They are fucking evil. I don't know what makes them that way, but public hospital nurses, and in general public hospital staff, because the security guys were also horrible. They are subhuman. I think it's because they have a bureaucrat soul. I haven't elaborated too much on it, but the bureaucrat soul is what makes you different from the average communist. The average communist is a bureaucrat, has a bureaucrat soul. Bureaucrats are inhumane. They don't have much in terms of humanity because they fear humanity. So yeah, these people, they are fucking subhuman. That's my point. They are subhuman. They are subhuman. The average the average bureaucrat is not a person. It's not a human being. It's a thing. I'm going to break it. Yes. The average bureaucrat is not a human being. It's more like an automaton. I hate them. I hate bureaucrats. I hate bureaucrats so much. I lack the words to describe how much I hate them. They are evil. They are evil and stupid and subhuman. And that's my point. These people, they are evil, subhuman, and stupid. And I hate them. But to make matters worse, the next source of annoyance was this imbecile. Another driver. This was an Uber driver. And she was a feminist. How do I know? Because she had the iconic dyed hair. And because when I got on the cab, her reaction told me. Well, on the vehicle, not the cab. Because the moment she saw me, she made this expression, because the one who ordered the vehicle was someone else. The moment that she saw me, her expression was like she had seen a monster. she was like, "Oh fuck, it's a man." She had that expression of, "Oh fuck it, it's a man." And I get on and I'm taking it easy. And well, I'm known for being polite, I will say. I'm known for being polite with people, even people who annoy me. And that's the thing. I get off and like, yeah, thank you. She spits. She spits away. As if I had told her, I'm going to rape you and your children. She spits away. I was like, dude, I didn't even say anything. I didn't insult her. I didn't threaten her. I said thank you. Normal people say you're welcome, motherfucker. But well, that's how feminists act. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. What surprises me is that such people have a job. Because when you're that rude, that hostile, that vile, giving you a job is a mistake. I will put it that way. Giving someone who is such a fucking asshole a job is a mistake. It feels wrong to me. Why do you give a job to someone that vile? To someone that mean-spirited? But well, I guess it's normal for other people to not think that way. To not think, dude, if we employ this person, it will be a problem. I guess it's normal for people to say, no, it's not a big deal. Yeah, you might say, that's a fire hazard, well, your face is a fire hazard, shut up. I know, maybe it's normal for other people to not think that way, to say, yeah, well, but you can't leave people unemployed. I think feminists shouldn't have a job. I'll put it that way. I think feminists shouldn't be allowed to have a job. Yeah, it's a bit too low. Let's make it taller. Yep. Let's make it taller. That will fix the problem. That will fix the dilemma. It's merely cosmetic, I know, but I don't like the fact that it does look like a fire hazard. But that means we must start building foundations. So we dig, because we must start building foundations. So I was saying, I know people don't like it when I say those things. When I say, look, you shouldn't be allowing these people into your company. You shouldn't be allowing these people into your workplace because they are evil. But they are. I mean, look at how they behave. Look at how they treat other people. Look at how they act. They're always mean-spirited and cruel. I mean, am I being too sensitive? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think I'm being too sensitive when I say it's a dick move when someone says thank you and you speed up. When someone gets on the cab and you have a face of disgust. I don't think I'm being too sensitive. Maybe I am. I'm open to the possibility. That maybe I am too sensitive. But I don't think so. Something tells me she was an asshole. And something tells me she thought that the fact that I am a man was disgusting. And thus I deserved to be treated poorly. Because that's how that kind of people operates. They operate on hatred, they operate on resentment, and they find it justified to be assholes. Because throughout their life, that's how it has worked. They treat men like shit, and men don't even protest. Men just shut up, don't take it too seriously, don't take it personal, and move on. And that's why these people are so malignant, because they take advantage of what is an instinctive politeness that men have as a default towards women. And before you start saying that doesn't exist, it does, that's exactly the problem. If it didn't, feminists wouldn't be so overconfident. They wouldn't dare to annoy us or insult us, because if they do, if men weren't nice, if men were as evil as they say we are, and they acted like assholes, game over. I will put it that way. If men were as bad as feminists say we are, their behavior wouldn't be tolerated. They wouldn't be able to act like that. They wouldn't be able to act like assholes. And you know what happens when someone says, I've had enough of your bullshit. You are having consequences now. You know it's not nice. You know it's ugly. You know it's ugly when men say, I had enough of you, fucking bitch. You know it's ugly. You know it's not nice. And in fact, those women know. Those women know, because that's why they always have these men who are their guards, their defenders. They have their protectors. That's why they have male subordinates. They don't let men just be at disadvantage. They make sure they are at they don't let men be at disadvantage. They make sure women are at advantage, because they know. They absolutely know that when men say enough, it's enough. When men say enough, ya te chingaste. That's how I'll put it. When men say enough, ya te cargó la chingada. And when that happens, it's not nice, and they don't like it. That's why they don't like equal fights. They demand equal advantages, because they are not rights, they are advantages. They demand equal advantages, but they don't want equal fights. They don't want to be on equal terms with men in terms of the consequences of their actions. They hate that. They can't stand the idea of having to face a man in the same context another man would. And you know other men would. You know what I'm talking about. You know that when a man starts fucking around, eventually he finds out. You know, when a man starts fucking around, eventually he finds out. And that's what women don't like. especially feminists. They don't like to find out. They love to fuck around. They love it. They fuck around like no other. They are experts at it. Feminists are the most fuck around people out there. Oh shit. Are the most fuck around people out there. They love to fuck around. They hate to find out. Finding out to them is anathema. They can't stand being on the finding out side. They love to be on the fuck around side. But the finding out side to them is impossible. It's unacceptable. There it is. Alright, we start building more. We already have the foundations. We already have a light source. Women don't like to face the consequences of their actions. Feminists even less. In general, people don't like to face the consequences of their actions, but women don't like it at all. And they are very unwilling to. But feminists just, it's not just that they don't like to. It's that they will do everything they can to not face the consequences of their actions. But well, back to what I was saying. So this fucking feminist bitch starts speeding, and I'm left. I wanted. That's the thing. I wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt. Think I don't know that maybe I'm predisposed and paranoid because, well, I do have a tendency for paranoia. But the moment she speeds, um, okay, this looks better. The moment she speaks with that disgusted face, yeah, that's when I realized, no, she's a fucking bitch. She's a total fucking bitch. And I kinda, well, felt like shit. It bothered me a lot to realize that I was getting insulted just for being a man. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And that's the thing. I was like, yeah, this is unfair. This is unfair treatment. This is unfair treatment. This is cruelty to animals. And I was bothered. And then another prejudice proven right was this fucking vegan. We were dealing with some last rites, to put it bluntly, and my sister's boyfriend brought a friend who is a fucking vegan. I didn't know he was a fucking vegan. I didn't know him personally. But, vegans make sure you know they are vegans, first of all. And second, additionally, this guy, of course, being a vegan, was obnoxious. But he was so painfully obnoxious. Here I am, having a casual conversation. When I said regarding the situation with my relative, I wanted to make sure no bank or politician had access to my relative's money. Because I don't like the government, because I don't trust the government, because I don't like taxes. And then this guy said something so absolutely retarded about how taxes were the the way in which we paid for the spiritual wrongs we did, and that I was a killer for what I eat, because I ate meat, and I ate meat in front of this motherfucker because I felt like having meat. I was having a bad day, and beef makes me happy. And this motherfucker starts talking about the spiritual bullshit. Bullshitting about the spiritual bullshit, I will say. And I say it that way because it's not even true, it's not even related. And I told him, taxes are a human thing, made by humans, done by humans to other humans. Taxes are an act of the humans. And I cited, while I'm not a Christian, I do agree with a lot of things that Jesus said. I cited one, and I said, there's a reason why he said, give unto Caesar. Because taxes are a human thing. They are not divine. There is no spiritual connotation in taxes. We are not paying for our sins with taxes. Stop saying bullshit. That was so obnoxious that it left me with a sour taste on my mouth for the whole day. For a whole day, I was annoyed by this fucking vegan faggot. God, I hate vegans. That's how I'll put it. God, I fucking hate vegans. They are annoying. They are annoying. The guy was so full of himself. It bothered me a lot. It bothered me a lot because the guy was really so full of himself. Like, dude, there is nothing spiritual in taxes. I would even say taxes are the antithesis to the divine. Taxes are evil. Taxes are demonic. Taxes are the devil. The devil wants you to pay taxes. And before you say, but aren't you a pagan who worships demons? First of all, I'm being figurative, and second, I wouldn't worship anything that wants me to pay taxes. Taxes are evil. Any deity that wants you to pay taxes is evil. Simply put. Taxes are evil. Taxes are something created by humans, and by evil humans, to be more precise. And this motherfucker saying, oh, taxes are the price we pay for our sins. You are a killer. Fuck you. I swear it made me really angry. It made me so remarkably angry that the only reason I didn't punch the guy was because, well, I was mourning. I was too busy with bigger problems than some retard vegan trying to play a spiritual guru with me. With me, I mean, I'm the pagan here. You can't play spiritual guru with me and win. I'm the pagan here. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't know anything about the gods. As I said, I am not Christian, but I agree with a lot of things from Christianity, and specifically with things like the position about separating taxation from the divine, and with the position of Jesus being the best. I really think Jesus was a great man. Even if you don't acknowledge him as a spiritual force, he was a great man. He was a good man, objectively speaking, a good man. an admirable, respectable, honorable man who did sacrifice himself for what he believed in. Unlike the average normie, he did something great. He was willing to fight for what he believed in and paid with his life. I don't care what people say. He was one of the greatest men in history. And any atheist trying to claim otherwise is a loser. A total loser who doesn't deserve respect. But damn, this guy really annoyed me. I mean, I think of it and I feel annoyed. That level of annoyance. Dude. Where the fuck do these idiots get built? Because I bet they are created like, I don't know, they are spawned or something. They aren't human, so they must come from somewhere. I don't know, maybe they are created by some sort of evil god. But that's it. Bet they are created by evil gods. There is this evil god who says, let's create these idiots. Let's make idiots so that they can cause harm and annoyance to everyone. And every now and then they create another idiot. These evil gods, they agree on creating idiots, and every now and then they create a new one, a new idiot, a new fucking retard who is going to say something stupid whenever given the opportunity. And he's annoying, and he's a loser, and he's uninteresting, but you have to put up with that, because you can't kill the retard. Unfortunately, we're forced to tolerate retards and let them live. For now. I think eventually society will get so fed up with the retards that they will legalize turning them into compost. But for now, we have to put up with them. Damn it, that guy was fucking stupid, annoying. I swear to God, he also said other things, other passive aggressive, passive aggressive, annoying bullshit. But that one, that pseudo spiritual statement, it takes the price for trying to excuse taxation with spirituality and calling me a killer for eating meat. Man, I wanted to break his neck. Fucking faggot. I hate vegans because they are always like that. They are always passive aggressive, annoying people. You can't just mind your business. No. They will make sure you are annoyed with them. And then they are surprised because nobody likes them. I'm like, dude, of course nobody fucking likes you. You are annoying. There's no other way to put it. You are annoying. Of course nobody likes you. I'm actually surprised by the fact that plenty of vegans don't understand it. They just don't get it. They just don't get it that they are so annoying, people hate them. I'm like, dude, why are they so oblivious to the fact that they are annoying? Why are they so oblivious to the fact that nobody likes them? Like, I don't know. I think if I was that annoying, I would notice that people are annoyed by me. At least in that specific way of being annoying, because it's a very particular way. It's a very unique way of being annoying, where where these people say the most insane and stupid bullshit, and they I don't know, They act like they think their shit doesn't stink or something. They really do act like they think their shit doesn't stink. And it's not that their shit doesn't stink. They stink. And they are shit. There is no other way to put it. They stink and they are shit. So of course their shit stinks. Because they stink and they are shit. I swear to God. It's not just vegans, but vegans are like the worst in that regard, in being annoying. There are also other groups, all of which I mentioned here. Cyclists, feminists. God, I hate cyclists. I used to feel some level of compassion towards cyclists until I met one. This guy was so annoying, so full of himself. That's something that annoys me a lot now that I think about it. People who feel like they are the best, who feel like their shit doesn't stink, they annoy me a lot. This guy, he was so full of himself. He was a cyclist. And he was so full of himself, always acting like he was the best of the best of the best. And he would arrive to college with his bicycle and brag about it. Brag about how he arrived with his bicycle from very far away, because he lived closer to me than to the college itself. And when he grew tired of it, because it was obviously tiresome, I mean, traveling that long, such a long distance must have been a hell on earth. When he got tired of that, he would just bring cycling accessories without the bicycle and brag about it. And be like, oh, look at this awesome new helmet I bought. And I'm like, dude, why did you bring it here? Look at this badass helmet I bought. Yes, but why did you bring it here? You're not driving. He brought a bike seat. A bike seat to brag about it. To brag about having a bike seat. Not wheels. Not a helmet. No, a fucking bike seat. To brag about having a bike seat. Like, dude, you gotta be retarded to brag about having a bike seat. I don't know. It was really annoying. That specific instance when he brought the bike seat was very annoying. Because, like, a bike seat. Not the bike. The seat. The bike doesn't matter. He was bragging about having a new bike seat. Without the bike. I mean, if he had the bike around, it makes sense, but he didn't bring the bike. He didn't bring the bike, only the seat. Only the seat. Without the bike. Think about it. Stop there and think about it. He brought the seat without the bike. And was bragging about having the seat without the bike. It's just so... As I said, that's why people hate cyclists. People don't hate cyclists because they are healthier. People don't hate cyclists because they are better. No, we hate them because they are annoying. Because they are so full of themselves that they think they are superior for having a bike. And you know, I understand that you might want to engage in healthy activities to improve your life. That you might want to engage in fun activities to improve your life. But when you start bragging about having a bike, then you are not in it for the healthy part. You are in it for the bragging part. The bragging part is never healthy. In anything. In anything. Not just in this. In anything. When you do something to brag about it, I didn't know you could connect the chests, by the way. When you do something just to brag about it, you are not being healthy. You are being toxic. You are being annoying. You are being obnoxious. You are being a cyclist. Cyclists do annoy me quite a lot. And vegans. Vegans, dude, they are one of the most obnoxious people in the planet. But I swear that guy, that cyclist in college, he was so arrogant, so full of himself, and he was really, really rude and arrogant, and like, dude, how can people like him? And the worst part is he married one of the girls everybody liked because she was nice. I mean, that's it. That's the important part. She was a nice, friendly tomboy, and she picked him. Of all the people she could pick, she picked the asshole, the retarded asshole cyclist nobody liked. Well, some people liked him, but pretty much everyone, even those who liked him, um, considered his cyclist persona annoying. They were like, he's bragging about his fucking bike again. A guy told him, dude, I don't care about your fucking bike. And it was one of the guys who liked him. It was like, dude, we're friends and all, but I don't give a fuck about your bike. Your fucking bike doesn't matter. You don't even bring it anymore. Because, as I said, it was tiresome to him. Because, well, it was a lot. I mean, having to bring your bike from, yeah, it was quite a distance. I bet he didn't ride all the way. I bet he didn't ride all the way. He found a way to get into a car with a bike. I bet, and then ride only a few miles. Because I can't imagine, and many agreed with me on that. I can't imagine someone driving for that long, all that distance. Oh, I have a better idea. Let's make it look even nicer. Here, here, right next to the furnace, like you are waiting for it to complete whatever it's doing. Here looks nice. Looks nice. I like it. Looks nice and wholesome, and like you could take a break there after working. Ah, I hate cyclists. The fun part is I didn't hate cyclists until I met that guy. Like, seriously, I didn't hate cyclists until I met him. Before that, I had nothing against cyclists. They were just people, like you and I. But after meeting that guy, my opinion on cyclists deteriorated remarkably. I went from, yeah, they are just people, to they are subhuman and annoying. Because they are annoying. They are subhuman and annoying. And if everyone tries to pull the not all, dude, the fact that you need to pull the not all with cyclists proves they are annoying. And these guys are getting bolder. Fuck you! Stay away from my property. They're getting bolder. They weren't that close before. They wouldn't dare to walk that close before. What's that guy doing there? Fuck off! Ah, yeah, keep running. Fuck off! They weren't that brave before. They are getting bolder. They're absolutely getting bolder. Maybe because the place is getting bigger, they are absolutely getting bolder. You don't heal? I'm disappointed. I'm severely disappointed. Alright, look at that. Look at that. I'm far from done, by the way. But anyway, as I was saying, I didn't think cyclists were annoying before meeting cyclists, because there is like this idea, no, like people hate cyclists for no reason. You wouldn't hate them if you met one. No, that's exactly why I find them annoying. I met one, and I felt like crushing his skull. He was really annoying. And I don't know exactly what makes them annoying. I know why they annoy me. What I mean is, I don't know why they feel like being annoying. What motivates them to be annoying? Not that I don't know why they annoy me. No, I absolutely know why. What I mean is, I don't know why they think it's normal to be like that. I don't know why they think they should be annoying. I don't know, maybe they feel morally superior, or they or maybe it's just the seed constantly crushing their balls, because I haven't met a single female cyclist who has the cyclist behavior. Maybe I'm just lucky, but I haven't met a single female cyclist who has the cyclist personality. You know what personality I'm talking about. Obnoxious, aggressive, confrontational. You know. And that's my point. Maybe it's because their testicles are constantly crossed that the male cyclists feel they need to be annoying. They need to be combative, because otherwise they can't reaffirm their masculinity, because they don't have normal testicles. Their testicles are constantly pressed against the seat, and they are damaged. That's my theory. I'm not saying that's the case, but maybe that's it. Maybe it's because they have destroyed their balls so hard that that's the only way they can feel masculine, by being annoying. Of course, it's not a very masculine behavior, but it's the closest they can get to. Why are you running? Why are you running? Stop running! I don't have carrots. Oh shit! No, don't go there! Don't go there! Ah, it's coming at me, right? I hate that thing. And as I said, maybe it's because the testicular damage makes them emasculated, and they need to prove they are men some other way. and the way they do it is by picking fights with people who are more likely to win than they are. Mm. Piggy. And they really pick fights with the wrong people, because they don't go picking fights with people who are, I don't know, like me, overweight and not very prepared for fighting. No, they pick fights with cab drivers who are on a car and could run them over if they get tired. They pick fights with stronger people, with stronger human specimens which have more dignity than they do. I don't know. I don't know what motivates them. I don't know why they choose to be assholes and to play victim, because all the things I just said are the kind of things that when a cyclist hears them, the guy starts picking a fight again. Like, dude, you brought that bad reputation upon yourself. You did it to yourself. People hate you because of how you behave. Ah, 2 hours. Almost 2 hours. Time is running short. You know that meme, the white hair meme with the hair with the clock. Time is running out. Well, that's it for today. Have a good one.